Yeah, wait for the camera. We're about to open up some coral, and I'm excited. We got some coral, and I'm pretty stoked about this shipment. We got some really cool stuff. I think it's going to really pimp out my tank. So let's check it out. So once again, this is from Daniel Folks. He has the diffugiumreefs.com. I believe I'm pronouncing that right. And he really hooked me up this time, so I am just insanely stoked for this package. Let's go ahead and just cut this open here. That is my cat Ashy Slashy, or Ash. And I'm really good at doing things dangerously, living on the edge. Okay.
You can just cut this part out.
Last time I just cut through it. This is probably what I'll just do.
No, cut that out that you're doing this.
It would only make this video more exciting. Okay, moment of truth. So we got our styrofoam box. Oh, and look at that, just full of stuff. Ooh, a freebie. Okay, so this is some really cool stuff. Right here we've got Reef Raft Wonderland. Do you see that chunk?
Nice.
It's actually a pretty good chunk. I was expecting these things to be like tiny little, almost darn near microscopic nubs. So wow, that's awesome. Okay. And we have TGC Mercury Rising, and this is a red Acropora. So, like a phenomenally red Acropora. Another really cool one here, Inner Planet. Do you see that there? That's just a little guy there. Freaking awesome though. Okay. Wow, there's 5 corals here. And then this is a Worldwide Corals After Party. So, sorry, I haven't been looking through the camera to see if you can see them very well, but yeah. Everything looks good. I'm not seeing flesh coming off or anything, so it looks like shipping went well. That's usually my fear. Something bad. And then we've got a freebie here. Woohoo! That's a 3-branch chunk right there. Not too shabby, huh? So I'm going to go ahead and acclimate these, and then we're going to get them in the tank. I'll wait for some polyp extension, and then we'll go ahead and see how they look under the blue lights and under the white lights and all that good stuff. As far as acclimation goes, I'll probably do a video about it, but I don't like to drip acclimate because keeping temperature consistent is kind of difficult, and it takes forever, and it's necessary sometimes, but for the most part, if you just empty these bags into a container and then get like a shot glass and just slowly, maybe every 5 minutes, add half a shot glass amount of water to it and do that over maybe a half hour to an hour. It's really easy on you, and it kind of makes it really easy, especially if you could float these inside of your sump in that container while you're doing that. You can do that with a drip hose as well. Just let it float inside your sump so you're not losing temperature and temperature's fluctuating while you're doing it. But we'll do that real quick, and then we'll get them in the tank. Right above. And
Here.
so before
Hold on, start over.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead.
So before acclimating coral, it's a really good idea to make sure that you're coral dipping. The last thing you want is like Acropora parasites or Acropora like red bugs, nematodes, anything like that on your coral coming in. And I've also got a large bowl here. We're gonna use about this much water for the treatment, and then this is what we're going to acclimate the corals in. Here's the Worldwide Corals after party. I am so stoked for this piece. You did a great job bagging them. I definitely am not very talented at getting them out. So we're just putting all the corals in this package here. And then the last one of those was the TGC Mercury Rising. Which is awesome because the only red acro that I think I have is Red Planet. So getting something a little different here is going to be sweet. Okay. Now, Revive says that for every gallon, it's 10 mils. Let me just double check that. Mix 1 capful, 10 mils of Revive concentrate for 3.8 liters of clean HC water. So yeah, so approximately a gallon for. Since we're not doing a whole gallon here, I'm just going to use a couple drops, just enough to piss stuff off that might be floating around on the coral. And the nice thing about Revive is it's herbal. So if you're worried about chemicals, make sure you agitate that water. Don't let it sit stagnant. You're not getting any like crazy harmful chemicals or anything like that in your tank. Now it says to let that sit for anywhere from 5 to like 30 minutes. I'm going to only let it sit just a few because I know where this came from and I'm not too worried about it. And I want to get these in the tank as soon as possible. So now we've let our corals sit in that dip. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to start putting them back over into the rest of the water they came in. Get them over here. And to note, absolutely nothing came off Daniel's frags. So no amphipods, no copepods, no parasites, no bristleworms, nothing. So he's quite impressed with that, actually. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. This water here, you do not want to reuse it. You don't want to do anything like that. That water just gets tossed. And then with this water, we're going to go and let it sit inside the sump. And this is where we're going to temperature acclimate these 5 corals. I like to do, since this is such a wide bowl, and I have a lot of like chaetomorpha in there, I just set it over here where there's not a lot of light. Turn that off. And can you still see, babe? And then I'm going to add, I don't know, like 10, maybe 20 mils of water from the sump, just like so. That was actually more like 50, but, and just add a little bit in there, and then give it a swirl. 5 minutes, I'm going to come back and do that again. I might do that 3-4 times. Sometimes I only do it twice. It just depends on how sensitive I feel these corals are. And then at that point, they're going to go up into the display tank, and I let them sit in the sand for a day or two before I decide to start moving them around. So, all right, we'll go from there. So here are all those corals that we received from Daniel. We've got a couple hours into the tank, and as you could see there, the polyp extension was already great. This is a couple days later after actually mounting them to various places in the tank. There's the inner core. Looks like something laid eggs on it last night. And Mercury Rising. We had the after party up top. This is that freebie. I'm not entirely sure what it is. And then, of course, right over here, searching. Where is he at? There's the Orange Passion that I also got from Daniel. And then there's is the Wonderland. So, yeah, super excited about all of this stuff. Can't wait to see it grown out and filling up the space in this tank.
Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the bell to always get notifications of our videos. And happy reefing from Aquatic Oasis.